ASVAB General Science Earth and Space Science. Most of what is known about the history of our planet has been learned by studying the fossil record found in sedimentary rock. By studying rocks, we now know that the Earth is approximately 4.6 billion years old, and that for most of that time, very few fossil traces were left. This is why the period from 4.6 billion years to 570 million years ago is called the _______, meaning the period before the fossil record began. It turns out, however, that early geologists who studied the _______ were unable to recognize early, primitive fossils, and in fact life first appeared on Earth as early as 3.5 billion years ago. Biogeochemical cycles. Terrestrial planets. The 4 planets closest to the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars, are called _______, meaning they are similar to our own planet in composition, with inner metal cores and surfaces of rock. Earth and Mars are the only _______ that have moons of their own, although the moons of Mars are much smaller than our own moon. Earth is the largest of the _______. Imagine how terrified ancient humans must have been when their view of the Sun or the Moon became partially or completely obscured during an _____. Today we understand how ____ occur and can predict them well in advance. Solar eclipse. There are several ______. They all work in similar fashion in that the element or compound is released in the air and returned to the ground. The 2 basic cycles are the water cycle and the carbon cycle. Water cycle. The _____ is also known as the hydrologic cycle. It involves the movement of water in all states of matter, solid, liquid and gas, through the atmosphere and back to the Earth. As water from the surface of the ocean and other bodies of water evaporates, becomes a gas, it rises into the atmosphere. Water also evaporates into the atmosphere from the leaves of plants. This process is known as transpiration. This water vapor condenses to form clouds. When the clouds become too heavy, they release precipitation in the form of a solid, snow and ice. As the precipitation falls to the surface of the Earth, it will either stay in solid form or warm up and become a liquid, rain. Some of the water that accumulates on the surface will travel down in the form of snowmelt or surface runoff and return to the ocean via rivers and streams. The rest of the water is absorbed into the Earth's surface and travels to the water table, a process known as infiltration. The water table is a reservoir and can be drawn upon through the digging of wells. The water cycle. The solar system. Meteoroids. Along the edges of these plates are _______, are simply places where the plates slide relative to each other. When plates slide relative to each other along ______, earthquakes can occur. Richter scale. Core. At the center of the Earth lies the _____, which is nearly twice as dense as the mantle because its composition is metallic, iron-nickel alloy, rather than stony. The Earth's core contains 2 distinct parts, a 2,300 km thick liquid outer core and a 1,200 km radius solid inner core. When an earthquake occurs, scientists use the ______, or the moment magnitude scale to measure its intensity. The ______ is perhaps more familiar to most people. The ______ begins at 1, with each larger integer representing a magnitude that is about 10 times greater than the preceding step. 3. Stationary front. Sometimes 2 air masses meet and neither is displaced. Instead, the 2 fronts push against each other in a stalemate. This is called _______. Often cause cloudy, wet weather that can last a week or more. Geology. ___ is the science that deals with the history and composition of the Earth and its life, especially as recorded in rocks. Cumulus. Clouds are massive clouds that are puffy, like popcorn, with relatively flat bottoms and rounded tops. When clouds darken, you can expect heavy rain. Is not just the study of weather, but of the atmosphere and atmospheric phenomena in general. Earth's atmosphere. Beyond the mesosphere, temperatures actually increase with altitude in the because there is little matter to deflect solar radiation. Temperatures as high as 2000 degrees Celsius have been recorded in the Earth's atmosphere. Structure of the Earth. Plate tectonics. Above the stratosphere is the which extends to about 90 kilometers above the Earth. As you enter the the temperature starts to drop again, to as low as -90 degrees Celsius. This is when we see falling stars, meteoroids that fall to the Earth and burn up in the atmosphere. Thermosphere. Occurs when the moon passes directly between the Earth and the Sun during daylight hours. The relatively small shadow cast by the moon onto the surface of the Earth can either partially or totally obscure the Sun. Because the moon is moving in its orbit around the Earth and the Earth is rotating on its axis, our belief and move across the face of the Earth rapidly. Lunar eclipse. The interior of the Earth is quite hot, somewhere between 3000 and 4000 degrees Celsius. This heat is generally prevented from escaping thanks to the solid rock in the Earth's upper mantle and crust. The crust and the rigid upper part of the mantle, the lithosphere, consist of approximately 30 separate pieces called plates. These plates move very slowly upon the more movable mantle beneath, the asthenosphere, and this has caused the continental landmasses to drift slowly apart over the course of hundreds of millions of years. Fault lines. How it's formed by the sedimentation, or gradual depositing, of small bits of rock, clay, and other materials. Over time this deposited material becomes cemented together. Most fossils are found in sedimentary rocks. Examples: shale, sandstone, gypsum, dolomite, coal. Metamorphic. Cirrus. Clouds are the thin, wispy clouds that occur much higher in the atmosphere, at elevations of 20,000 feet or more. Stratus. Clouds are low-hanging, broad, flat clouds that blanket the sky. The lowest of low clouds, when they occur on the ground, are called fog. Dark clouds indicate that rain will soon occur. Earth seasons. Eclipse. How it's formed when existing rock material is altered through temperature, pressure, or chemical processes. Example: marble, slate, gneiss, quartzite. Precambrian Eon. Carbon cycle. Carbon is one of the most common elements on our planet. The helps maintain Earth's ecosystem. Carbon gas exchange is important in maintaining a breathable atmosphere. Carbon is released through human emissions, manufacturing, and respiration. Respiration results in the release of carbon dioxide waste products into the atmosphere, and animals breathing is one example. Respiration release is due to human release as well as release from decomposing plant and animal life. Carbon gathers in the atmosphere and is reabsorbed through plants, land and ocean, and soil. Above the troposphere is the where airflow is mostly horizontal. The thin ozone layer in the upper has a high concentration of ozone, a particularly reactive form of oxygen. This layer is primarily responsible for absorbing the ultraviolet radiation from the sun. As you enter the the temperature is about -60 degrees Celsius. Mesosphere. The is the lowest level of the atmosphere, where all weather takes place. It is a region of rising and falling packets of air. Depending on the latitude and the season, it can range from 6 to 17 kilometers thick. Most of the air surrounding the Earth, which is roughly 79% nitrogen and 21% oxygen, is found in the underscore. Stratosphere. Underscore are sometimes called dirty snowballs or icy mudballs. They are a mixture of ices, both water and frozen gases, and dust that for some reason didn't get incorporated into planets when the solar system was formed. Underscore are invisible except when they are near the sun. When they are near the sun and active, underscore have highly visible tails, up to several 100 million kilometers long, composed of plasma and laced with rays and streamers caused by interactions with the solar wind. Moon. Clouds. Underscore come in different varieties based on their shape, size, and altitude. There are three main types. Solar system. Our underscore consists of one star, which we call the Sun, 8 planets and all their moons, several thousand minor planets called asteroids, and an equally large number of comets. The solar system contains thousands of small bodies such as asteroids and comets. Smaller fragments of asteroids and particles shed by comets are known as underscore, and when they fall into the Earth's gravitational field, they are seen as falling stars, called meteors, as they burn up in the Earth's mesosphere. Those meteoroids that make it to Earth's surface are called meteorites. A belt of asteroids lies between Mars and Jupiter. The Kuiper Belt, a much larger collection of asteroids and other objects left over from the formation of the solar system, lies beyond the known planets. Comets. How it's formed from the hardening molten rock, or magma, which is called lava when it reaches the surface of the Earth. Examples: granite, pumice, basalt, obsidian. Sedimentary. The carbon cycle. Meteorology. Sun. Our underscore is classified as a G2V star, or yellow dwarf. G2 stars are approximately 6,000 degrees Celsius at the surface, are yellow, and contain many neutrally charged metals such as iron, magnesium, and calcium. The V indicates that the underscore is a dwarf star, or fairly small by the standards of stars. The underscore's age is calculated to be around 4.7 billion years, which is only slightly older than the Earth itself. Although a dwarf in comparison to other stars, the underscore contains almost 99.9% of the mass of our solar system. Like all stars, the underscore is a gigantic ball of superheated plasma, kept hot by atomic reactions emanating from its center. The temperature at the core of our underscore is thought to be about 15 million degrees Celsius. Temperatures at the surface range between 4,000 degrees and 15,000 degrees Celsius. The diameter of the underscore is about 1.4 million kilometers, or more than 100 times that of Earth, and its surface area is approximately 12,000 times that of Earth. By far the most important body in the solar system aside from the SN, as it relates to life on Earth, is our own underscore. Because of the gravitational pull that exists between the underscore and the Earth, we have tides. High tides occur twice a day, when the underscore is at the points closest to and farthest from the affected mass of water. It is suspected that life would never have evolved on land without the constant ebbing and flowing of the oceanic tides on coastal areas. Earth orbits the Sun once per year. Because the Earth is somewhat tilted on its axis, the northern pole is tilted toward the Sun and the southern pole is tilted away from it for part of the year. That portion of the year is summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere. For part of the year that situation is reversed. That period is summer in the northern hemisphere and winter in the southern hemisphere. In between summer and winter, the Earth is tilted so that neither the northern pole nor the southern pole is pointing toward the Sun. These periods are spring and fall. Cold front. When a cold air mass overtakes a warm air mass, you have a underscore. Most underscore are preceded by a line of precipitation as they roar across an area. However, some underscore produce very little or no precipitation as they move. The only sign that a front has moved through your area is a sudden change in winds and temperature. Outer planets. The 4 planets beyond Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, are referred to as the ________. They also all have rings, most notably so on Saturn. The rings of Saturn, and most likely the other planets as well, are composed mostly of ice crystals. Pluto, once considered the 9th planet, is no longer categorized by scientists as a true planet. You may have learned a mnemonic, or memory trick, for the planets in school. Here's one that allows for the omission of Pluto. My very educated mother just served US nachos. The Earth's rocks fall into ___ categories, based upon how they are formed. Igneous. Warm front. Differences in air pressure cause wind and the movement of air masses of different temperatures towards each other. When a warm air mass overtakes a cold air mass, you have a ________. As the warm air advances, it rides over the cold air ahead of it, which is heavier. As the warm air rises, the water vapor in it condenses into clouds that can produce rain, snow, sleet, or freezing rain, often all 4. The first thing you should know is that there are several layers to the atmosphere, beginning here on the surface of the Earth and continuing up several thousand kilometers above us. Troposphere. Mantle. Beneath the crust lies the ____, which comprises more than 75% of the Earth's volume. Roughly 3,500 kilometers thick, the ___ contains mostly iron, magnesium, and calcium, and is much hotter and denser than the Earth's surface because temperature and pressure inside the Earth increase with depth. Crust. In part by studying rocks, scientists have been able to determine that the Earth is made up of 3 layers. The outermost layer, or ___, comprises roughly 1% of the total Earth's volume. It varies in thickness from 10 kilometers to as much as 80 kilometers.